just have to remind yourself with the sentence, one of the sentences as well. There is no need to try to cut or not cut. All the same, everything. Otherwise, you always fixate on the stillness again. That is called just drop in that position, in that state, in the stillness. Have to use the sentence, remind yourself, and then it will release the releasing for you. Don't fixate on the stillness. That is still to illustrate that you are still in a realm of existence, a certain realm of the mind state. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. Use this kind of sentence. Remind yourself, so it helps release the releasing. There is no need to cut or not cut, renounce or not renounce, all the same, everything. Every time you use the reminder, you release one step at a time. Every time you recall the sentence. The habit that we have is the habit of samsara. So everything, use the word everything, there's no need to renounce or not renounce, to help end the samsara all the time. And don't have to ask when would the samsara come to an end. So you don't need to ask when, just keep on blessing. There is no need to cut or not cut, all the same, all the time. Don't be still and fixate on that stillness or indifference. That is still a realm of existence. You are still to dwell in a certain realm of existence. It doesn't help anyone or anything. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping altogether. Not about grasping on any mind state, any state of Dhamma or anything. You still grasping, if you still fixate or sustain any certain mind state. You are still watching over the stillness, indifference, whatever that you still fixate on, still sustain, you still grasping on that. You still watching over it, keeping it. So dissolve with the sentence, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping together. Everything is the same, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. With cut, no need to cut or not cut, all the same, everything. There is no need to cut or not cut. Just keep recalling. There is no need to cut or not cut, all together with everything. Every time you use the reminder, you remind yourself, you recall the sentence, you have the samsara. You have dissolved and clear out the samsara. Every time you use the sentence. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. With everything, together with everything. sometimes you feel like you don't feel anything or feel indifferent, but that is still a certain state. It's still not a release, that let go of release. That's why it's still a certain way of existence. So use the reminder, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. It helps release the releasing. It release again every time you use the sentence. So be diligent in reminding yourself. Use these reminders that cut. These are the enlightening sentences. It helped enlighten everything all around. Everything all together at once, so that all and everything have the same essence of great compassion. No need to renounce, not renounce. Everything is the same. Without trying to cut or not cut, all and everything the same. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, all the same, everything. And it will help in the separation of trying to renounce or not renounce. When you make the conclusion there is no need to renounce or not renounce altogether, it help end the delusion of trying to separate, of renounce and not renounce, and all everything will have the same essence of great compassion throughout. Because still trying to renounce or not renounce, that's why there is still a separation. It can't be a great compassion when you are still separating. Have to dissolve, renounce or not renounce, using the sentence, there is no need to renounce or not renounce, to dissolve that fixation of renounce and not renounce, cut or not cut. Use the sentence, there is no need to cut or not cut. If you keep on cutting, you won't be able to get along with other things. You separate yourself from things. There is no need to cut or not cut. If you're still trying to cut, use that sentence together with everything. Don't keep on fixating of cutting away from everything and be separate from things. You can't bless in that way. If you keep cutting yourself from other things, it becomes fixation on only self, or fixate on cut. Don't fixate on cutting. There is no need to cut or not cut, together with everything. There's no need to keep on cutting or not cutting altogether with everything. or together with everything. That is the way things are. That is it. That is how it's supposed to be. Openly. Open completely, fully. Without trying to cut or not cut. Don't fixate on cutting until you can't get along with anything. Don't cut yourself from things. You can't have great compassion if you cut yourself from things. It is something that has nothing to do with cutting or not cutting. The same with not relating. Don't try to not relate to things. You can't bless in that way. Not relate, both relating and not relating. Or not relate to even the non-relating itself. That is when you can get along with things, together with things. Don't alienate yourself from things by trying to not relate to things and fixate on just not relating. Not relate to both relating and not relating together with everything. That when all that everything is balanced, that is the great compassion throughout. Not grasping doesn't mean that you're not grasping on things. You're not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. That's the way. And together with everything, have to be together with everything. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, together with everything. So that it is the same great compassion throughout. You cut both cut and not cut, together with everything, with all things. So that all and everything is the same great compassion. Not to separate samsara and nibbana from one another, but go on with everything, together with everything, without separating. There is no need to be released or not released, together. Without trying to attach or not attach, together. Without trying to attach or not attach. You're not attached to both attach and not attach with everything. The same. Cut both, cut and not cut, together with everything. Because we don't choose either cut or not cut, grasping or not grasping. It isn't about choosing to attach or not attach. It isn't about choosing anything, liberated or not liberated, so that all and everything is balanced. It isn't about choosing anything over anything. without trying to renounce or not renounce with everything. Keep recalling one of these sentences. Keep enlightened for all and everything with the sentences. You have to note that if you still fixate on the stillness or the indifference, you cannot bless anyone, anything. Just make the conclusion, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. That is it. It is beyond stillness or indifference. It is beyond normal or not normal. No need to try to cut or not cut. With everything the same. That is to empty out without a trace.